What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another segment of the Late Night Show with Dr. Kojo. I'm your host, Kojo, checking in from what was a pretty sunny day here in Los Angeles, California. We're going to be talking about the three signs of a good friend. You know, one of the basics, right? And I'm looking forward to being able to interact with you all and talk and to be on the live stream. I'm very grateful to be here. And with that being said, let's get it. Let's start. And the way we start off the live stream, every live stream is we go ahead and we use the comment section to introduce ourselves. So that way people know who we are and where we're checking in from. So use the comment section to let me know where you're checking in from on this Tuesday night, 6:30 here in California, 9:30 on the East Coast if you are in the United States. And here's like a little blurb about me so we can get started. Hi, stranger. Miss Judy, how are you doing? Nice to see you as well. So we got California in the house, and we also have Pennsylvania in the house as well. I hope you've had a fantastic day. All right. Let me see. The comments are a little bit slow to come in. All right. But yeah, I have three things that I want to talk about. Three signs of a good friend, because we talked about dating and different things like that. But sometimes it's also good to review what makes somebody a good friend. What should we be looking for in a friend? And the term friend is not one that I use lightly. Like that's a big thing. Like you have acquaintances, but to have a friend, like a friend is somebody who should be there for you. So we will talk about that. We have Tamaria Hart checking in from Georgia. What's up, Tamaria? How are you doing? We got Katie Egan checking in from Salem, Oregon. What's up? What's up? We have Liz Kogel Erics checking in from Long Island, New York. What's up? What's up? Scranton, Pennsylvania. Waiting for snow here. It's funny because I just came back from New York City and I was, reading up about some of the stuff that's been going on in New York, and apparently New Yorkers have been complaining because there wasn't any snow this holiday season. So I'm guessing that in the Northeast, New York, Pennsylvania, y'all didn't get snow. That's interesting, but hopefully you get snow. Hopefully you get snow. Erica from Baltimore. Erica, what's going on? How are you doing? How can I be a better friend? Oh, Stephanie, this is a good question. And just by you asking how you can be a better friend, it lets me know that you will be a good friend to the people who consider you a friend. So everything that I have here, the three signs of a good friend, if you flip them around and if you do those things for other people, that's how you can be a better friend. But even the fact that you're asking, I like that a lot. Alicia Anderson, how are you doing? Lisa checking in from Cleveland. We got Ida checking in from Botswana. Stephanie checking in from Phelan, California. Nicole from Alberta. Snowless on Long Island. Oh, is Liz from Long Island, New York. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know why it hasn't been snowing in New York. And you put the sad emojis, so people really want the snow to come. That's crazy because as an adult, I thought the snow was something that we didn't want. But when we go a whole holiday season without the snow, we're like, all right, I'm ready for some snow, right? Ready for a white Christmas. Ali Izzy, Greenville, Texas. I check your page every day. Ali, thank you so much for your attention. I really, really appreciate that. And I'm aware that there are some people who check my page every day, so I always do my best to make sure that we have new content, fresh content for you all. And we have a couple of skits that should be coming this week. I see them here at the bottom of my computer screen. We have a skit about how to overcome depression. We have another one about mania, bipolar disorder, and we have another one about emotional abuse and ADHD. So we have some great skits coming for you all this week, and I'm excited to post those. Erica, I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here. How's your day been so far? We got Debbie from San Diego, Jacqueline from Missouri. How are you doing? Gosh, you're so cute. I appreciate that. You made me blush. I'm black, but I'm blushing inside. I'm blushing inside. Wendy in Jacksonville, Florida. I left Maryland. I'm over the snow. Wendy, Miss Wendy, I'm over the snow as well. That's why I live in California. Um, Kelsey, I'm doing the live. I think your friend Peach is trying to let you know that I'm on the live stream. Kelsey Burns, come on through. We're on live. Thank you for the post about depression that women don't show. Deborah, I appreciate that. And let me even take a picture of that. I have some more videos that I'm going to post about that. I got some more videos. I appreciate your attention. Um, what's up? What's up? Feels like a Friday. Pisha, it does feel like a Friday. It feels like a Friday for some reason. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. MPD. What do you mean by MPD, please? Can't we see them all? Awesome, Jacqueline. I appreciate you. All right, so let's go into the first thing about what makes somebody a good friend, right? Number one, they keep you accountable. A good friend is going to keep you accountable. And when I say accountable, what do I mean, right? Let's say I have a group project I'm working on, right? And I've been struggling to get the project done. A good friend will say, "Hey, I'm just checking on you. Have you, been able to, make some progress on your assignment?" Boom, boom, boom. Then it reminds you of, "Oh yeah, I forgot. I did have some science homework that I need to do. All right, I'm gonna get back to it." Right. Likewise, if like my gym buddy, who I consider to be a good friend of mine, if I get to the gym late, right, he'll be texting or calling like, "Hey, are you coming to the gym? Like what's going on?" Right. And that's going to keep you accountable, right? And accountability is not only helpful for people with ADHD. We talk about that a lot here, but accountability is helpful for all of us, right? It's going to help you be more structured. It's going to help you be more organized. And when you're accountable to something outside of yourself, you actually feel like, oh wow, like I have somebody else who's rooting for me. It's like your friend becomes a virtual cheerleader. So accountability is huge. So these are not in any particular order, but I told myself I wanted this one to be number one, right? A good friend will keep you accountable. They won't just say, oh, no, a good friend will tell you when you're wrong and when you're right. They will keep you accountable. Let me look at the comments. I worked in your workbook during my lunch date. Yeah. I'm going to give Lorianne the first love of the show. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Lorianne. This is the book that she's referring to, the mental health workbook. You did it during lunch today. So we're going to give Lorianne the first love of the show. Lorianne, I appreciate you. And it's so cool because like the colors of the book, right? The colors of the book actually match up with the borders of this live stream, right? Like it's light blue. We got a little bit of red in there. We got navy blue in there, and like the show colors are like I like that. Like I'm big on colors. I like the color code everything, and like this is literally the cup of my desk, so you can tell that I'm big on colors. I don't know why there's a toothbrush in there, but don't look at that. DID. So I don't think I've done a video about DID, but Sway Castillo, I will take a picture of that. I would love to make videos about that. Julie says, things I look for in a friend and what I try to. Someone who will just know when I'm off and will ask me. Someone who doesn't call me every day, but is still there at the drop of a hat if needed. What's my dog doing? Someone who isn't afraid to discuss our differences and still respect each other. I gotta give Judy a love of the show here. I love all of this, right? Not only do I like the fact that you said this is what you look for in a friend, but this is also what you try to be for other people. Someone who will just know when I'm off and will ask me. That goes a long way, because a friend will be able to pick up on, oh, so and so is kind of sad today. Like, hey, are you good? You sure? Can I do anything for you? That goes a long way on a difficult day, right? Someone who doesn't call you every day, but is still there at the drop of a hat if needed, right? Like if I'm in Missouri and I have a friend who's in Kansas, oh, you need me? All right, I'm about to drive 2 hours across state lines to come help you out, right? Someone who isn't afraid to discuss our differences and still respect each other. That's so huge because nowadays we just and Judy, I know that you like politics a lot, right? And in politics, sometimes people, well, a lot of times we don't agree. But if you can respect the other side without agreeing with them, that would help make our country a much better country. Lori, no, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Alicia, the claps. Leilani, so I don't know. I don't know if Facebook is tripping or not, but sometimes the live streams, I don't know. I'll talk to my assistant about that because sometimes I feel like the notifications don't go out properly. Let me see. All right. John, thank you so much. I'll check the revisions for the videos after the live stream. When you get a chance, can you also check and look at how my Facebook page is being set up? Because one of my moderators is saying that she didn't get the notification. So maybe something is off, but we're still going to continue with the live stream. And but just let me know if something's off and then I'll address it as I can. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes it's like that, sometimes it's not. I don't know. You know. Page 182 in my workbook. Who's in my team? Is a good one for tonight's topic. Jacqueline, I appreciate that. And that's where I'm gonna go because I trust your word with this. But page 182 in the book. All right. Who's on my team? So if you look in the book, whether you have the book or not, we can, we can look at our phones and pay attention to this, right? So on page 182 in the book, who is on my team? Let's go ahead and read that first part, right? Every successful individual has a team of people to support them, guide them, and contribute to their success. When it comes to your mental health journey, it's helpful to have this team to keep you upright and help you win every day. Your teammates might include your parents, friends, coworkers, therapists, counselors, doctors, or a combination of these individuals. It can even include me with my online help. People who have a strong support network tend to feel happier and more confident. That's key right there. People who have a strong support network tend to feel happier and more confident. In life, we're not meant to go through this thing by ourselves, right? Having a good team is so helpful, and that's why friends are important, and the type of friends that you keep are very important. I changed my settings again. I said it back last time and changing it. That's weird, but we will get to the bottom of this, Leilani. We will figure this out some way, somehow. And whether there's 39,000 people on the live stream or 39, the show will go on, But I'll make sure that if something is up, I'll look into that. Miss a message or something. If um, the give me a second and I'll message after the live stream. Try to multitask. I'm not the best at it. All right. Jake is watching from Arkansas. What's up, Jake? How are you doing? And Hermine Jean Granger agrees. That's what's up. And Facebook asked me yesterday if I wanted all live notifications, and I said yes. I don't know how many people you follow on live stream. Hopefully, you're not getting overwhelmed by it. Very true. Okay. No judgment, just care. I feel so many things today, good, bad, having an emotional overload. Well, Sammy, I hope that this live stream makes things a little bit better, and I'm happy that you're here on the live stream and we're able to connect. It's a small group tonight, but we got 42 people, so that's enough. And Ajwa, greetings from Alberta, Red Deer. How you doing? I didn't get a notification either. I just happened to see you on my live feed. So for people who didn't get a notification, I'll send this to my assistant. But I'll look into this because I'm not the best when it comes to some of the technical stuff for Facebook. Like I don't know how a lot of these things work, but we will figure them out. So, all right. It was specifically for my lives. Okay, well I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Choose the friends that aren't afraid of the messes, both physical and non-physical. Life is messy, and finding people who embrace messes are. But yeah. And friends who allow you to be themselves. Granted, you're not like hurting other people or hurting yourself or self-sabotaging. That's a beautiful thing. Charles, what's up from Michigan? How are you doing? I think I'm the less fave friend. What do you mean? What do you mean? Between who and who? Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. All right. Now this second one is important one right here. But I think I missed something real quick. Real quick, let me click Sammy's thing and then I'll get to the second point. So you have to take advantage of everything. So if the live stream is moving slow today, it gives me a chance to answer extra questions. So Sammy says, I'm having a hard time regulating my emotions. I'm all over the board. What do I do? All right, so Sammy, where I can once again, it helps to have friends who can support you here. But we are your friends right now. We are your online community, the 53 of us who are watching right now. I would say start by making things easy for yourself, right? Once again, you gotta go back to the basics. Are you able to get enough sleep? Are you able to get a little bit of exercise? Those things go a long way, right? And if you're having a hard time regulating your emotions, you can't be too hard on yourself. Maybe you had a hard day where you felt like you were all over the place. If you had a rough Tuesday, and you allow yourself to be okay with having had that day and you don't judge yourself tomorrow, I believe that you will regulate your emotions better tomorrow, right? So you gotta be nice to yourself, right? All the time, but especially like right now, especially like right now. Just like Lorianne said, don't forget to give yourself grace. You know, we all need to hear that from time to time. Um, I finally took the mask off, and I want to remind the person before I feel ADHD and emotions. Man, I hear you. Awesome. I was getting notifications for your live. Just this time I didn't, but glad I looked. I was waiting on you. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I have to make sure that the notification system is set up. You know, so we will fix that, but we'll still move on with the show. Always here to support. Cindy, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Cindy. Hope all is well in Arizona. The second thing, the second sign of a good friend, right? I've been doing. Yeah, I'm telling you, when you get enough sleep, it goes a long way. I did not get that much sleep last night because I had to wake up for an event at like 3:30 a.m. So it made me miss something, and then it made me like I was reminded of why it's so important to get sleep every night, right? Number two, a good friend is someone who celebrates you when good things happen, right? And the reason why I said this is because a lot of times when good things happen, it's easy for people to say, "Oh, congrats, congrats, congrats." But a good friend knows what you went through to get to that place. So they are invested in your success and they celebrate you when good things happen. You know, they are it's not that they have to like post you on Instagram and say, "Oh, my friend did this," right? But if they can reach out and call you and text you and say, "Oh, congrats on this. I see you. I'm proud of you. Keep going." That goes a long way, right? And a lot of times, sometimes you worry about jealousy, or there's a lot of sometimes people might, appear to befriend you and project their insecurities on you and all kinds of things, right? And what do we know about winning and losing in life? We know that when you win, it's easy to win with anybody. When you lose only yourself and a few people, right? So a good friend, of course, would be free. They'll be there for you on both ends when you're winning and also when you're losing. But a good friend will celebrate you when good things happen, and they won't have any issue saying that. You know, a friend who's not jealous or whatever, they will celebrate all of your wins and they will root for you each and every step of the way. And I think we all deserve friends like that. I think we all deserve friends like that. And Savage, I skipped over a couple of comments to read this right here. You're right. I do believe that like I live in LA where sometimes I feel like I've struggled to find genuine people in Los Angeles. It's not an indictment of the city. Maybe it's just how things work. I guess I don't know. But even beyond that, there's a lot of people who are broken, and people are working on things, and the way it comes out as insecurity or projection, or it can come out as emotional abuse, right? But you have to support people where they are, and if you have to put boundaries up, you have to put boundaries up and let them stay off to the side, right? And sometimes it comes off as them not being authentic or genuine. Friends that see you when no one else does, like when you're slipping into depression or having a hard time, they can pick up on that. Artavia, I gotta give you the love of the show for this right here. So this is also a good sign of a friend. I think Judy mentioned this earlier, but a good friend who can pick up on the fact that, oh wow, I haven't heard from Artavia in a couple of days. Dang, is she all right? I'm gonna go ahead and text her. I'm gonna call her, see how she's doing. Or if I'm Artavia's friend, I text her and then she hadn't texted me since Thursday. I'm like, you know what? Let me just call her. Like, like you were on my mind, and normally you text me within 1 to 2 days, maybe 3 days, but I haven't heard from you in almost a week, and I'm just trying to see if you're okay. Those things go a long way. Those things go a long way. I found when I have a hard time regulating my emotions, I find I'm overstimulated and having sensory overload. Same for me. I take the time to find out what triggered my emotions. Did anything recently change that triggered it? How did that change make me feel? And it doesn't have to be a big change. Even the littlest changes can set us off after we've had so much built up. I hope you're able to recenter and reset. Yeah, everything that Leilani said, I agree with it 1,000%. Sometimes when you're emotionally overwhelmed, it goes hand in hand with sensory overload, and you might be physically overwhelmed. You might be just exhausted. You might be trying to burn the candle at both ends, and sometimes you're not in the best state of mind to really make a good decision for yourself. I don't get 7 to 8 hours. Well, Audra, let's work on that. Let's get up to 6 hours of sleep, then 6.5, and then 6 3/4. Before you know it, hopefully we can get to 7. I got 12. Okay, Savage Clark. So you got to sleep in for a Tuesday. Okay. Truth. I'm overwhelmed with yeah, Sammy, look, we gotta keep it super simple. One thing at a time, one thing at a time, right? One thing at a time. That's all you can do. Like problems are gonna happen, right? Like I wish my live stream notified everybody, right? We have 700,000 people on Facebook. It should have notified more people, but we will fix that issue later. But right now, I'm in the present moment. I'm doing a live stream and I'm gonna handle this right now and be present, and we can fix the rest later, right? But old me, maybe like 2 years ago, like I'm learning stuff like as I'm getting older. But old me may have been like, oh no, I have to have everything in place. Things won't always be in place, right? We just have to make the best of it. Never give up on yourself. I got fired yesterday immediately, went online for another job, went in the location today, and the manager's over the family. He told me to expect a call next week. Keep going. It does get better. All right, so we have to give Mandy a love of the show for this because this is a small win. And out here on this platform, every single small win, we're going to celebrate it. So we're going to give Mandy a love of the show. Congrats, Mandy. And be a supporter when things go right. Yeah, love this. Very hard busy. Yeah, Charles. Yeah, I don't think it's just a LA thing. It could be difficult to make genuine friendships everywhere. I do agree with you on that. Man says, hold them when they fall, lift them when they can't. Helping people rise keeps me in line with Jesus, makes my soul feel good. Yeah, no, Mandy, I agree. When you help out other people and you're a good friend to somebody else, it makes you feel good. It makes you. I was on the Today Show in New York talking about what kindness does to you. Like it can help you out with feelings, your own feelings of anxiety and or depression. Like it's gonna feel good to help out other people. Like it's a good thing to do, you know. And on the flip side, when you feel like you've been like, kind of a jerk, you don't feel good. You're like, dang, like, you might say a couple of four-letter words. I know sometimes, we don't cuss on this platform. I try to keep that down, but every now and then, if I didn't do what I wanted to do, it does kind of affect me. I'm like, damn, I should have operated better, But helping people is helping people helps you. The golden retriever friends, the ones that are passionate and just as excited as you about your success, now they're the comfort when we slip and fall and help you off the ground. Yeah. And Leilani, you know what's funny? Sometimes you can have friends that you haven't known for that long that can be like a good friend. And somebody you've known for a long time, you're like, yeah, they're cool, but like I don't feel that connection with them, right? No problem. I could have died back in my hole, but I just got out after 30 years. Stay positive. We can't feel bad for ourselves. We can't be bad. We can't feel bad for ourselves. Can't talk. Hey, Sammy, I appreciate you. This is one big family out here. Just like when I started working with my therapist and life coach, they wanted to know the me right now. I'm not who I used to be. We grow and change, no judgment, and we're not the person we. Yeah. I am not the person I was last week when I made impulsive purchases and I went over my budget, right? I'm not the person I was last week when I said some words I didn't want to say. I'm not the person I was last week when I wasn't as kind as I wanted to be, right? Every day we get a chance to do it all over again. Sammy A, I'm internally crying, happy tears with you. I appreciate you. Savage Clark, I had to turn on my notifications to get the live feed notification. Okay, all right. Yeah, so I appreciate all the feedback on this. Thank you. I'll talk to the team and I'll talk to people who are smarter than me and knowing how Facebook works. I just know how to make the videos, but we will figure this out for y'all. Thank you, Leilani. I appreciate that. And Kendra, what's going on? Kendra's also one of the moderators as well. And Arsa, if you're out there in Pennsylvania on the East Coast and there's going to be snow and you have to go get bread and supplies, please do that before the live stream. Jeannie, what did you miss? 3 signs of being a good friend. Number 1, they keep you accountable. Number 2, they celebrate you when good things happen. And number 3, we've already kind of talked about this, but number 3, they are there for you when the going gets tough. And can one of the moderators put the Discord link somewhere in there? Yes, the Discord link should be somewhere in here. And Karina, I appreciate you. I've had a really good day. You know, I had a really good day. I dropped the ball on one thing. I overslept it. But outside of that, I've had a really good day. How about you? Let me see what Katie said. I have a friend I lived with when was clean day. She would say, "Let's go. You do this. I'm gonna do this, or let's do this together." She was the easiest person to live with. I just need direction. Love that about her. She always knows how to make me feel good and help me achieve goals. Been friends since second grade. I like that. I like that. And sometimes when people like, let's say, you fall out with a friend. Sometimes falling out with a friend is more hurtful than a breakup, right? Because like you may have had this friend since second grade, right? Or like since like your whole life, right? And man says, I was real wicked for two, but I gave it back to God, forgave me and him, and kept moving forward. Sometimes I have to remember that so I don't have to handle it alone, even if I feel alone. Yeah. And Amanda, look, or Amanda, like you're doing the best that you can. And like, as you pick up on things, you're like, okay, all right, I can do this better. I can do that better. You can't beat yourself up. Like literally not having people around you who help you not beat yourself up, that goes a long way. All right. Number three. All right. So the third tip was a good friend is someone who's there for you when the going gets tough, right? And I think I talked about this a little bit earlier where I said we can win with anybody, right? We can win with like when you're on top, you can be on top with anybody. Everybody is singing your praises. You got promotion at the job, you bought a new house, you got a new car, you got married, um, you just had a baby, all these wonderful things in life. You won the Super Bowl, you won the World Series. When things are going really, really, really well, you have everybody who's around you. Everybody wants to be your friend. Like things are good, but let's flip it around. What happens when you go through a painful divorce? And then all of your so-called friends side with your ex-partner. What happens when you go through a difficult situation where you lose somebody? What happens when you lose your job? What happens when you are behind on bills? What happens when you have to move in with your parents? What happens when you're embarrassed publicly, or what happens when the going gets tough, right? At that point, that's when you really need a friend. What happens when depression is kicking your butt and you haven't been out of bed in a week? You haven't taken a shower or you haven't brushed your teeth in the longest amounts of time, right? What happens when you're in a manic episode and you get out of it and you look back at the decisions that you made, and you're like, dang, I wish I didn't do this or that. When the going gets tough, are you still able to be a good friend to other people? And do you have people who are in your circle who still respect you and who are still rooting for you? That's, of course, I didn't put these in any order, but this is one of the things that I look for in a friend. If I'm struggling, can I talk to a friend and say, I'm going through a really hard time right now. I could really use some support. I could use some words of encouragement. This, like I said, these are not in any particular order, but this is one of the defining hallmark traits of a friend. Yeah, LinkedIn user, I can't see your name, but you're right. You can't live for the cheers. You cannot live for the cheers. So when people are singing your praises, I appreciate you. Thanks so much. I'm going to enjoy the moment. And when people are tearing you down, you cannot let that define you, right? Go Eagles. Okay, Ricky. Hey, Eagles Niners. It's going to be a good game. I'm picking the Niners. Sorry, Ricky, but if the Eagles win, I mean, I'm happy for AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. I'm happy for those boys. I had a good day as well. I started going to a college in New Richmond and was surprisingly very social, and I made some new friends. I love the show for that. I love the show for that. Sammy, I appreciate you. This is what this platform is for, right? And maybe it's a good thing that the notifications didn't go out so I could see your comment, because a lot of times I feel bad for missing comments. And that's why I want to do some of the gaming streams a bit more. I haven't done one this year yet, but those are the best time to do the Q&As. But right now that it's slow, I'm able to answer as many questions as possible. Let me see. I make friends and then they leave. I honestly couldn't even tell you one person I've had as a friend for at least a year. I'm used to people coming and going. I always thought it was because of me, but that is hard to just accept. But I've gotten better about it. I have more friends here than physically around. Oh, all right. So let me say something about this real quick. And after that, we can get to the water break, and I'll get to some more of the comments. There's some more comments here. I'll do my best to get to all of them. But this is why an online community is so helpful because, like Jacqueline, you said you're in Missouri, right? I'm in California. Some people here are in Tennessee. Some people are in Pennsylvania, right? And we are only here because of the internet. I know the internet can be like negative, but we're here because of the internet, and we have one goal in mind. We all want to live a healthier life, and we want our mental health to keep improving, right? And sometimes you might not be around people who feel the same way about certain key things, so it may be harder to make friends in person, right? But it's good to have a support system of people, whether it's online or, of course, in person may be online, right? But we have to start somewhere. So I'm happy that we're able to develop this online community, whether it's a Discord, whether it's here on Facebook. It just feels good to know that people have your back, right? Sometimes you just need a reminder. Savage, setting boundaries with toxic family was hard, but so worth it. Once I realized I could never make them happy, I could have. Yeah, and I would argue that you feel much better now, Savage. And so Ricky, I'm actually I want to recreate my body series about my series about body dysmorphia, and make like a whole nother, like, there's so many new followers here. We have to go back and review the basics. I'm understanding that. I'll keep making the skits and the comedy stuff, but we're gonna have to go back and review the basics very soon. But what I will say about this is learn to love yourself. The relationship between you and your body will precede any real work that you could do on loving yourself, right? Like if you appreciate your body, you can love yourself comprehensively, if that makes sense, right? But if you have a hard time accepting a certain part of your body, it may be hard for you to sit there and say, I love myself, right? So you got to take it one day at a time. Professional help does go a long way. And let me see. What about when people at work try to be your friend, but you can make friends with? So trauma bond. Sometimes you can have a trauma bond, and like maybe there's nothing wrong with becoming friends over that. But at some point, you would want to make sure you can connect on healthy things as well. Connect on things that like you both enjoy. If you like sports, they like sports, cool. If you're heading in this direction, they're heading that direction, cool. But if you connect on your past, you may have different futures, right? So you just want to be mindful of that. Had an amazing productive day after a couple of hard weeks. Gotta keep on keeping on. Lorraine, I don't even know who you are, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And let me see. Since ever I was a child, my ADHD never really allowed me to make friends. And then when I did make friends, I was taken advantage of. All right, so I actually have some skits about this. So when you have ADHD, actually, so Jonathan, I have a skit about this releasing like this week. When you have ADHD, sometimes you are susceptible to things like emotional abuse or people mistreating you. But that's why I post this content, so you can empower yourself and you can learn how to stand up for yourself. And somebody who leaves you because of how you are, they were never a true friend, and you will be okay without them, right? But if that was like your main buddy, it may be hard to like accept life without them, you know. All right. Just want to stop and say I started ketamine treatment for my medication resistant depression, and I can't explain the difference it's made. I'm actually enjoying life. That's awesome. I'm happy to see that you found something that has worked for you. And I'm happy that we have things like ketamine and esketamine, the nasal spray and all these different things that can help out with depression, ECT, antidepressants. I'm happy that you found your thing, I'm rooting for you. Kim, I'm happy you're back on here. And I did a little rock star assignment in your book. All 5 people said I'm good at helping others. That was Jacqueline. See, you do have a lot of people who do care about you. And let me see. My son was born almost 5 years ago on Super Bowl Sunday when the Eagles won versus the Patriots. So all right, this is a cool story. So I'm happy for you because I remember watching this game, and when Tom Brady got sacked and then the Eagles recovered and they won, I was like, oh no, the Eagles won. Like I didn't want the Eagles to win, but like I can see how this is super cool for you. This is super cool. He's gonna be an Eagles fan. He has to be. Your son has to be Eagles fan. He can't root for the Steelers or he has to be Eagles fan with that type of a story. It's okay to use Bumble to make new friends or social media to make new friends. After graduating from university, all my friends are living outside Red Deer. A few ones live here, but work and school keeps them busy, so I can't hang out with them. Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine to use the internet to make friends. I'm not that familiar with Bumble, but I think is Bumble the one where the girl makes the move first? Can y'all correct me or let me know what's up? Is Bumble where the girl makes the move first, or I think so. But I know on Bumble you can also have like a mode where you can make friends, and I've never used Bumble BFF mode, so I can't speak on it. But if people are able to make friends from it, you could try it out. Social media could be a great way to make friends, because keep in mind, in this post-pandemic world, if you don't frequent the same places over and over, it could be hard, to really figure out who your tribe is, right? Do you have any recommendations on how to not be the friend that is too much? I get over enthusiastic, and a lot of people do not like that. And I shut down when it's acknowledged. So, Ali Izzy, I hope you're watching this because I actually have an idea, and I want to make a video about this very soon. What I'll say to you, Ali, is don't change. You're not too much. You just have to find people who appreciate you being there. So, Ali, if I'm your friend and we're hanging out and we're watching the Eagles and the Niners, right? And you keep talking about the Eagles quarterback. You love Jalen Hurts and you love the Eagles team. You love the defense. I'm not gonna be like you're talking too much, but that might be because I like football, right? But if you're talking to me about makeup or something and I don't understand it, I might be thinking to myself, she's talking a lot about makeup, but I don't know what she's talking about. But I still enjoy Ali as a friend, and I like being around her. So I might not know about makeup, but I enjoy being around her. So I think there's a time and place for everything, Ali. Like let's say let's say you're going somewhere like a funeral or somewhere where we have to kind of use our inside voice. Over time, you learn to pick up. Okay, all right, I can't be too loud right now. I gotta kind of like lower my voice a little bit. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, but in general, I don't think you should have to change who you are. Nah, don't do that. You just have to find people who support you because you might switch up and become like a super quiet and all this, but then you might actually find people who support you and who want to be your friend when you are just being yourself, right? And there's no better feeling of when you're just being yourself and people support you. So Ali, don't change who you are. Actually, there's people out here who appreciate you. Don't change. Please don't change for me. It's gonna make me sad if you do it. I won't judge you, but it's gonna make me sad if you do it. Um, I feel like I meet people with a lot of needs, and while I'm trying to figure things out, they expect me to be the therapist. I keep talking. So Ricky, and look, nobody has to be anybody's therapist, but you could be a friend and you could be supportive. You can put boundaries up and say, hey, sometimes I feel like, I feel like your therapist sometimes, but I do care about you and I appreciate you. And there's a way to kind of say things, right? But nobody should have to be anybody's therapist. And even out here, like I can't legally say that I'm y'all's therapist. Like that's against the rules, right? And I don't try to be anybody's therapist on here, but I do believe that it can be therapeutic. So maybe Ricky, you can hang out with your friends, and y'all might just have a quiet day, just chilling, and that could be therapeutic. But you don't have to be like, you know, their therapist, right? Yeah, Ali, don't switch up. Don't switch up. Please don't switch up. You'll find people who appreciate you for being who you are. It feels really good, and it makes me think of two of my friends here in LA. Shout out to my friend Mish. Mish, he's a content creator. He has the millions of followers, but he's so good at being himself. He's so good at being himself. So, like, I'm a big fan of Mish because whenever I hang out with him, it gives me permission to be myself. So that's why I'm like, I love that guy. He's such a cool guy to hang around because he doesn't care about what people think. Like, he just does his thing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't have to care about what people think either. And I have another one of my friends, Ashley. You know, she's so good at being herself that I just want to hang out with her. I'm like, I don't know why I want to. Maybe I like her. I don't know, but like, I just want to hang out with her because she's so good at being herself, right? When people are good at being themselves, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna be a little bit more of myself. And I think that as adults, we eventually we're just trying to become more of who we actually are. But society tells us to be proper, not to talk too much, to tone it down. So eventually, you just haven't found the right people, Ali. So please don't switch. Please don't switch up who you are. Kendra, you did say you're a Jets fan and your boyfriend's a Giants fan. And your son was born about a half hour, so he was born to be Eagles fan. Okay, okay, all right. It's gonna be funny because if you're a Jets fan and your boyfriend's a Giants fan, New York Jets, New York Giants. I think they even share the same stadium. And then your son would be Eagles fan. All right, no, I like that. That way, everybody can have their own team. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. And what are some ways to find good friends? I have very little friends in my area since I moved so much. I'm very picky with who I choose to trust. So finding good people is not. So Lauren, I, I sometimes struggle to find good people. What I do is I try and go into situations with good intentions, open mind, and I try to find people who are moving in the same direction as me. And I guess one of the things I can say is when you meet somebody and you think that they're a friend, but something happens and they prove to you that they're no longer somebody that you can trust, don't call them out. Don't be like, oh, what was me? Just say, all right, I appreciate you, and put boundaries up and kind of slowly separate yourself and try and pick up on patterns. So that way you don't spend so much time on people like they're not bad people. They're just not your people, if that makes sense, and trying to let it break your spirit. Because when you go out there and you try to make friends and it's not working, sometimes it tends to break our spirit, and then we start to think that we can't find friends or, nobody wants to be our friend, right? Rascal Flats. Oh no, we got a Chiefs fan in the chat. The Chiefs might win the Super Bowl this year. All right, let me go get some water for the water break. And we're already over time, but let me see. Oh, I get some time. I'm gonna go get some water real quick. Come on, Shasty. Come on, Zoe. All right, okay. Well, yeah, I'm coming back. I was coming back. Oh no, everybody's a Chiefs fan. It's all good. I like Mahomes, but they beat us in the playoffs a couple of years back, so that made me salty. They beat the Titans. Cheers, big cheers. All right, the awkward time. All right, y'all. Cheers, y'all. Let's get this water in. Woo! I think y'all can clearly tell who did not drink some water today. Oh boy, I need to be using Kendra's water bottle. That's what I should have been doing. Titans. All right, Kat. I can't even see your picture, but I already like you. Tighten up. Tighten up. No, Kelsey, Mahomes, that whole team is on fire. The whole team is on fire. Oh, yeah, Kendra, I need to use your. I'm just not. I need to use that because clearly I'm underhydrated today, and that's why like I'm actually becoming more and more grateful for the water break because without the water break, I'll just go by my day. Like we need to drink more water. All right. I know you, I'm weak. I'm weak. I'm weak. All right. Okay. All right. Which Kelsey? So not the one on the Eagles, Ricky. I know you're Eagles fan. I think Jason Kelsey is on the Eagles, and Travis Kelce plays for the Chiefs, tight end. Yeah. So I think we're talking about the Kelce on the Eagles, but hey, they could meet each other in Super Bowl, and that would be really difficult for the parents. Like, who do you root for? Big brother or little brother? Flip a coin, right? Um. All right, and before we end the live stream, anybody who isn't part of the Discord server, join the Discord server if you can. And I have to go back through and look through some of the Discord and catch up with that. But also, my trash day is tomorrow. Is Wednesday. So I posted on Facebook. But here's a reminder to please go get the trash out. I'm gonna leave this live stream, and before I even get back to my assistant, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I take out this trash because I don't want to be caught slipping, right? So we gotta get the trash out. All right, let's get the trash out. Okay, let's get the trash out. All right, so when do I sleep? Oh, I get my normal 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. I didn't get sleep last night, so I gotta get back on track. Can't judge myself. But all right, y'all. So I have to get off until next live stream on Thursday. I'll see you all then. Sammy, thank you for being here as well. The link should be in my bio as well. Click my bio on Facebook. The Discord server link should be in there too. So, and Kendra, I like the idea. I like the idea. Not a bad idea. All right. Take care, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.